3D Amazon FBA. The other day I hit a big milestone for my store. I hit $400,000 in sales on the year, and that's, that, as you can see on the screen now, I've hit almost 410. I'll hit 410,000 today. Looks like I'll be doing good to hit 500,000 this year. Yeah, I'd be really surprised if I don't. Just yesterday, I shipped out over, this is revenue, not profit, or what I spent. But I just sent out over $10,000 worth of product yesterday. And again, that's what I am selling it for on Amazon. And then on Monday, I sent out another $7,700. Yeah, I think it was $7,700 on Monday. Most of that hasn't been received yet. Amazon had me ship most of it to Colorado, and they haven't received it yet. So right here, I was going to show you guys my chart. You can see right here, year to date, October 31st, 2020. So I made most of my money in April. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, during the height of our lockdown. Oh, sorry, cat knocked over a can of Pringles. But anyways, during the height of all the lockdowns and the panic, and people were shopping online in large quantities, in the month of April, I did almost $56,000 in sales. That was almost all food and like feminine hygiene and vitamins and things like that. And you can see it tailed off when people stopped shopping so much. And I kind of just leveled out here, pretty much about the same. February was a pretty bad month, but you can see I grew every month this entire year from last year by tens of thousands, like 10,000, almost 20,000, 15 here, 12,000, 12,000, 13,000. So I've grown a lot this year. And as you can see, because I do talk a lot about grocery, you can tell I sell a lot because my average sell is $18.24, and I've sold almost 24,000 units. So that's a lot of work. I do almost 99% of the work myself. My family will come and help me a little bit here and there, bubble wrapping stuff and cutting bubble wrap. And, I'll have the kids maybe put labels on stuff for me. But other than that, I do it myself. I do all the shopping, all the prepping, all the packaging, the shipping. I even do my own taxes. I do everything myself, my own pricing, my own research, so I do everything myself. So you can see I've had a really good year. People do buy multiples in the grocery arena. So I do average a little bit over one item ordered per unit, but most time it's just one. And if you look here, last year, in October, I've grown about $15,000. So I did 45 and 47 in November, December. If I just pull those same numbers over last year, I'll definitely hit $500,000 in sales. So I was actually really excited too. If we come here, do a custom date. Oops. Let's go back to November 1st, 2019 through today. I've done over $500,000 in sales, as you can see, over the last 365 days. And it's only 9 a.m. today, so I'll probably do another $1,000 through the day. I've already done, I've already done over $500 in the 9 hours of today. Yeah, I'm at $585 already today, so I should clear $1,500. Shouldn't be that hard to do, which is amazing for me. But yeah, I've sold almost 30,000 units in 365 days, which is just off the walls crazy. I never thought I'd be doing this much work or this much business. I was hoping just to do 30,000 a month every month, and I'm totally blowing that away. So let me show you guys where I am making that money and how much profit I'm making off of this as well. So on Inventory Lab, it only shows what has been shipped out by Amazon. I have, I think, close to about 240 orders pending. So that means Amazon hasn't shipped them out to the customers yet. So that's why you see the discrepancy here on Inventory Lab compared to, Amazon. So without going through everything, you can see reimbursements. I've talked to you guys about Amazon losing stuff and sending them in your receipts and stuff like that. So I've actually gotten $15,589 in reimbursements from Amazon. So the cool thing about that is you get your money faster most of the time than if you were to sell it, because you don't wait the 10-day period. But yeah, so this is great. And if you really want to factor it, when I purchase, I think on average, Amazon takes like a third of the sale price. So if this stuff didn't get lost or damaged, this would have probably been, say, another $20,000 in revenue I would have had. So, if you factor that in, my year's even going a little bit better. Almost every time I get a reimbursement from Amazon, it's profitable. Not always, but more times than not, it's profitable. So here, let's see if there's anything important to look at here. The cost of goods, and this only shows what you've sold, not what you have in stock or what's shipping. I've spent $147,000 on the product that I've sold for $407,000 off of here, which is really good. One thing with next week, Amazon is doing long-term storage. For the last week or so, I've been selling I've clearanced out all my bad inventory. Almost all of it was stuff Amazon jumped on the listing and they were selling it for what I bought it for most of the time. So you do need to start getting rid of your long-term storage. As you can see here, I have paid less than $2 on the year, $1.94 in long-term storage fees. They really jack up the prices of your storage for the long-term storage fees. So if you guys have any clearance product or product that's not moving, get it on there and get rid of it. So I've only paid Amazon $1,529 for storage. I do not think Amazon charges a whole lot of money for storage. They definitely do during Q4. I think they almost triple the costs of storage during Q4. But, typically with the amount of stuff I'm selling, I paid $1,500 in storage, and if you think about, I've sold, 27,000 items or something like that through the course of this year. I don't think that's very much money. I've sold 24,000 units this year, and they've only, that's the next screen we're going to go over, and they've only charged me $1,500 in storage. I don't think that's very bad at all. I paid $9,000 to ship, and I ship a lot of heavy product. Those of you that ship like toys or apparel, your shipping costs will be much, much lower. Almost every box I ship out is 49 pounds. So, your storage fees could be less if you're not selling so much heavy stuff like I do. Then here's my Amazon loan. I paid $4,500 in my business loan this year. And, it was a great investment because, as you were able to see, my growth became because of this. You can even factor in, I've saved $15,000, and I paid down my car like an additional like $4,000 or $5,000 than I would have if I just made my regular payments. So the business loan was amazing for me this year. So I don't regret this at all. This $4,500, I've more than made that up. So that was actually a great deal for me. I went into this year wanting to lower my boxes cost, but whenever you're, increasing your sales so much, I have to buy boxes. So my boxes costs went up, but you can see this is just regular stuff here. I haven't really done my shrink too much. This was a box that that was lost that I wasn't able to get reimbursed for, like an entire shipment got lost. So I wasn't able to get my money back. So I do need to go in and do my shrink. So, it's so tedious. I haven't wanted to do it. So with all of that, here's my mileage. I paid like $2,000. I'll get back on my taxes, or get accredited for toward my taxes. But I made $78,000 this year, $78,500. So that's like amazing. I was kind of hoping to make like 40, 50,000. I figured it would be a good spot for me when I started this business, and I've pretty much doubled it. So this is really amazing. So what's probably going to be most valuable for you guys to see is, where am I buying all this stuff to sell? As you can see, the number one place is Walmart. I've sold almost 9,000 units from Walmart. If it was updated, it would be more. But Walmart is by far my number one place I source. I usually spend anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a week at Walmart on product. At least lately, that's what I've been spending. $141,000 of revenue came just from Walmart. So Ross is my number two store, and this would actually be much higher, but all the Rosses were closed here in California. I think it was for like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. So this number would have been much higher, but the stores were closed. What can you do? But I made almost $9,000 profit this year at Ross. The 99-cent store, which is the 99-cent only store, made $7,000 profit from there. And this is why I love it so much, why I talk about it. 90% ROI. That's just great. I find so much stuff in there that I just can triple my money on sometimes. Next is we got Trader Joe's. I have been sourcing there like crazy. Q4, they just have the best stuff to sell there. So I've been going there way more lately. I don't know about how they are as a company, but here locally, they don't like me because I buy a whole lot of product, and they don't seem to like it very much. So I don't buy large quantities. Like, there's stuff like mixes and stuff that I buy there. I don't buy more than 6 at a time, and they're bundled out, so I'm not getting too many units. But I don't buy large quantities there because they just don't like it. And here locally, that's where a lot of the older community shops at. And I just feel guilty clearing off the shelves at Trader Joe's. They're the only store I feel that way for. I don't know why, but my numbers would be much higher, but I do save product for other people that shop there. But my ROI there, 73%, $4,800 profit. And you keep in mind, if I was to buy larger quantities, that number would actually be much, much higher. And then this is a wholesale account I have. I'm not even using it anymore. Some dude got on there, and he's actually selling the product at a loss. I don't know why he's selling the product at a loss. The company, I've tried to negotiate hard with them to get discounts. They don't give discounts. I even offered to buy like 2,000 units once, and they're like, yeah, we don't give discounts at all. So there's some jerk that went and bought like over 1,000 units, and he's selling them at a loss. So I'm sitting there with 154 units, as you can tell, hoping he'll sell out and doesn't replenish his inventory. I'm hoping. Next is DD's Discounts. They are a poor man's Ross, I call it. They're owned by Ross, but they have good toys, but that's where they send like all their generic clothes. Like Ross will have Nikes and Adidas, Under Armour. They don't have that at DD's, but DD's does get good toys. Every once in a while, I might find a bra at DD's Discounts. I make money in their snack area. So I made almost $4,400 at DD's Discounts this year. But you can see I only have 51 units. They haven't really had much good stuff. I did spend $200 at a DD's discount yesterday, so there's that. But yeah, DD's hit and miss really. Winco, I do not source at Winco at all really anymore. I tried the other day during the height of the pandemic. I was sourcing there. I was spending $600-700 a month at their store. And the assistant manager at the store got mad at me because they had a display of, I think it was seasoning, not seasoning, frosting. That's what, cake frosting. So I grabbed a case. They had probably 20 cases there. I bought a singular case. And the guy got mad at me because he had to have another person come and restock the shelf. And he told the cashier to give me an attitude, and the cashier gave me an attitude about it, that I was buying too much stuff and blah, 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 blah. And long story short, I was like, well, I want to buy this stuff. I don't know why you're a retail store, your job is to sell me stuff. And she's like, well, if you go to the customer service desk, we'll do bulk orders. You just go up there and be like, oh, I want X amount of this or that. I did 3 separate times I placed a bulk order, 3 separate times they didn't fill it. They didn't communicate with me that they didn't fill it. So I would only buy a few things there, here and there. If I was, struggling to find product is when I would go in there. Because to me, that's just really bad business. I don't have time for games and, poor customer service. So I went in there the other day, like literally Thursday, I think, so like 3 days ago, and they actually went through my cart to pick and choose what I was allowed to buy. I don't understand it. I don't know why a retailer doesn't want to sell you product. And it's not like, I'm buying survival things. I mean, I'm buying hot rolls and stuffing and stuff like that. So I told them I'm not going to go back to their store again. It's not worth the grief to me to go through there. And I don't cause problems. I don't go in there. I'm like, hey, do you guys got this in the back? I just go, I grab what I want off the shelf. I'm usually in and out within 15, 20 minutes. I actually usually clean up after myself. Like if I take, say, 10 of a unit off the shelf, I'll bring the stuff behind it forward. I get it. I worked retail for 20 years. I understand the frustration of people messing up your aisles. Even though I wasn't even messing them up, I was just literally buying things. But I've decided I am not going to do business at Winco anymore. It's just not worth my effort to go there and buy 2 of this. They only have 6 or 7 things I buy, so it's not worth it to me to even go through dealing with them people. So next up is Burlington Coat Factory. They were closed again for 3 or 4 months, and I made $2,900 from there. Really good ROI at 83.6%. So, I'm really happy with that. Christmas is usually really good at Burlington Coat Factory. So I've been going in there more often than usual. Next up is Target. I personally don't like sourcing Target too much. I don't find much profitable product in Target, really. I did do quite a bit during the height of the lockdowns because, I only had 4 choices of places to go. So Target was one of those. But you can see by far they have the worst ROI at 38%. So I don't really source Target very much. That and I was buying toys there that were selling for profit during the height of the lockdowns, like some Nerf footballs and Nerf basketball hoops. And then once Amazon lifted the restrictions on toys where you're allowed to sell them, because if you remember, they didn't let anybody send in toys for good 2 months, I think, or a month, because they wanted to prioritize food and medicines and stuff. So Amazon hopped on the listing and tanked the price. So that negatively affected me because I'm still trying to get rid of those Nerf basketball hoops and stuff, and I'm selling those at a loss. But I did make a lot of money back 6 months ago. And again, I'm trying to sell those through before, next week is the long-term storage fees. All right, so grocery outlet, I started sourcing them during the lockdowns. I have pretty good luck at grocery outlet. It's always random what they have there, so it's not always guaranteed profits. But I have made almost $2,600 out of there, 75% ROI. So I do pretty good there, and I've only been sourcing them the last 6 months. They are kind of out of the way for me. So I typically only source them if I'm going to Trader Joe's because they're pretty close to Trader Joe's. And they also just added a second grocery outlet here in Bakersfield, but it's on the far end of town. So either one is a good 15, 20-minute drive for me with traffic and stuff. Marshalls, I don't do a whole lot at Marshalls since I've drastically cut back on shoes. Last year I sold a lot of shoes, had a lot of returns on shoes, so I stopped selling them. I've sold a few shoes here and there. I've sent in probably like 30 shoes this past month. But, 41% ROI, and that's mainly because of the high return rate of shoes. TJ Maxx, I don't buy shoes there, which is why there's a big difference in refunds. It's mainly beauty products, $1,650 profit. Walmart TA, I don't use TA as much as I should. I get bored sitting there in front of the computer, like just looking at things. I'd much rather just go do retail arbitrage. But I have sold 400 units from Walmart on TA for like $1,300 profit. I do find prices drop a lot on stuff you buy on tactical arbitrage through Walmart. So, the ROI is pretty bad too, comparison. Hot Topic, I've sold 236 units. This is 100% Funko Pops. So I've made just at Hot Topic $1,200 selling Funko Pops from Hot Topic. Chewy's, I used to do a lot with Chewy's. The ROI was low. Chewy's is a pet food store, and I used to have about 20 different bundles from Chewy's, and they discontinued all of it. So I'm not buying them anymore. But I still made almost $11.59 with 50% ROI on the bundles I was selling through them. Target, tactical arbitrage, again, 31% ROI, $1,100 profit, very similar to Walmart. Box lunch, again, this is 100% Funko Pops, 172 units sold for $952 profit. Walmart, I spelled it differently. I didn't have to put the hyphen. So that's even another $936 profit through Walmart. So Sally's Beauty's kind of new for me. I think I started like sourcing through them a few months ago. $655. Five Below, they're really hit and miss. Most things you look in there, you'll make $2 to $3 profit, and it'll cost you $5 plus your local tax. So I only go in there because it's right next to, I have Burlington, Five Below, and Ross all in the same parking lot. So I only go there to because I'm in the parking lot. But it was still $653. I'm usually in and out of the store in 15 minutes. Pet Mountain, I was sourcing a lot through them, but the only products I ever found profitable were Kong brand. And, they sent me a letter saying they're going to take legal action if I didn't stop selling their stuff. So I don't source there anymore because I can't sell Kong products. Walgreens, this is mainly candy and some Christmas presents that were on clearance after Christmas. Lowe's, this is probably light bulbs, Christmas lights. Because again, after Christmas, when they clearance out their Christmas lights, you can sell them for a profit. I did. I sold a lot, actually. 172% ROI, which is great. I had bought 10 doorknobs. I go in there and I buy my boxes at Lowe's. I was a manager there for years, so I have a lot of people I like to catch up with that work there. And so I buy my boxes at Lowe's. And, I saw these doorknobs that were on clearance. I think I sold 9 of them in like 3 days for like $10 or $12 profit each. It was great. If you can find stuff at Lowe's, it's hard to find stuff there, but if you can find it, you can usually make good money. GameStop, this is mainly pops and like board games. ROI is not that great, $430 profit. Let me see. Movies, Dollar Tree movies, made $251 buying movies, only movies at Dollar Tree. I wanted to separate it so I would know how profitable they were. I sold some of my own video games, made $160 selling my own video games. So there was no cost incurred. It was my own personal games. It is what it is. Let me see. There's really nothing else very notable here. Yeah, there's really nothing. 99-cent store movies, made $47 there. So the next thing I want to show you is the categories, where I am buying this stuff at. Or not where, what am I buying exactly here? So let's do for the year. But as you can see, this is just in the last month. Groceries, $4,000 profit. Toys is $35. Apparel is $830. So that's where almost all my money goes, is just in those categories there. So let's do 120 through, let me do 20. So this is for the entire year. I've sold 11,636 grocery items, and I've made $39,000 profit just on grocery. I have 800 items on hand. I got another 50, 60 in my garage. I have hundreds on the way there. Toys, I sold 6,282 toys this year for $28,000 profit. Made $7,000 in apparel, $3,000 in health and beauty, pet products. Beauty's another 27, kitchen 24. Shoes, I've made $18,015. I've had 39 refunds, so you can just see the comparison with, like, say, kitchen. So 712 kitchen items for 41 returns, but I sold 273 shoes for 39 returns. And these shoes, these count slippers and sandals. Those are mainly the only shoes I really source much anymore. Every once in a while, I'll go buy shoes, but typically that's sandals and slippers. But you can see it's just the return rate is huge. I've sold 11,636 grocery items to 273 returns. So the rate's much, much lower. I sold 219 video games for $1,600. Made $408 in DVDs sales. Let me see, anything else important? Luggage, that was mainly like backpacks from after back to school was out, but nothing really of note here. But yes, you can make a lot of money selling backpacks from after back to school ends. If you go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls primarily, a little bit at Ross, a little bit at DD's, you can pick up a lot of backpacks. To make money on it, though, you do need to be ungated in Jordan, Nike, and Adidas. Those are the three brands they mainly carry. So this is what I've done this year. This is where I've made my money and what categories I made my money in. I just want to let you guys know what is out there, what you guys can do. Right now is the busiest time of the year, and you guys really need to get out there and get sourcing. I've done about 4 of the last 5 days. I've done over $2,000 in sales. So Christmas has started already. Get out there, get your Thanksgiving food in the warehouses. Start buying all your peppermint food stuff because it sells like crazy at Christmas. I've been sending in all the Christmas candy I could find. It's like so much money to be made. I'm buying toys. I'm going to go sourcing after I post this video. I'm going to probably fill up my car twice with product to ship out for Monday because I like to do shipment on Monday. But, get out there, do your sourcing. I'm showing you guys where you can go to make money and what stuff to look for in their stores. So thanks for watching my video. If you guys can like and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out. All right. Thanks for watching.